Kevin McCarthy will officially be the Speaker of the House. Not like that was ever really in doubt. It just took probably, 14 more ballots than he really anticipated. And realistically, it's the result that everybody knew what was going to happen, okay? It was a tepid response when nobody was really signaling that they wanted to have the Speaker's chair, or the Speaker's gavel, rather. Back when it was official Republicans would be taking back the House. It's just kind of hilarious that it really took this long, to be completely honest. Okay, but it's already started off on a bad foot for me because I gotta talk about this today. I had so many other funny things I wanted to talk about. Whatever, man, just redoing tomorrow and we're gonna have a whole bunch of fun. But until then, we gotta deal with politics, right? Republican representative from the once great state of California. It's like, okay, cool. If you're going to be giving anybody the speaker's gavel, why would you do that for somebody who's representing one of the worst states in the union at this point in time? Sidebar, side note on that one. Anyways, he was elected House Speaker after midnight Saturday on the 15th round of voting, marking the conclusion of an intense week of negotiations with Republican defectors and a dramatic Friday night packed with tension and a near physical altercation. Yeah, I've seen some pictures of that shit. Okay, somebody was going up there and talking, and Paul Gosar looked like, he was signing the guest book at his, fucking mother's funeral. Like, it just looked like a dour situation. I don't know who was getting put in some kind of a punk-ass rear naked choke, but it was a wild-ass fucking thing going on last night. McCarthy received 216 votes. House Democrat leader Hakeem Jeffries received the 212. So I guess, and six Republicans voted present because, well, they finally got what they want. But it's like, I ain't gonna fucking cast a vote for that shit dick over there. Fuck him. But yes, now we can get to work. Whatever. No speaker race has lasted more than 15 rounds and more than 163 years when it went 113 rounds or something like that. Holy. Roughly 20 members who had been voting against McCarthy throughout the week, many of whom are in the House Freedom Caucus. Yes, the America First contingent, for those of you who are not in the know, sought various structural changes to the House and other commitments from the leader. We'll get into those in a moment, because it's really not insignificant, okay, what they ended up getting on that. Their asks included, among many items, bringing the motion to vacate down to a one-member threshold by putting more members of the Freedom Caucus on the Rules Committee, good, as well as budgetary provisions and vows to bring votes on certain legislation to the floor. Good stuff. Representative-elect Ana Paulina Luna from Florida laid out the list on Friday with some of the items holdouts had been looking for. Whoa, what do we got? Because we got visual representation right over here. Okay, here's some things that are in play. Jeffersonian motion to vacate the chair. This allows a single person to make a motion to remove a speaker if he goes back on his word on a policy agenda. All right. A church-style commitment. What are we talking about here? This allows us to look at the weaponization of organizations like the FBI against the American people. Term limit vote. Fucking bait. All of this shit rules so far. Single subject bills that can't be loaded with irrelevant nonsense. Still great. A Texas border plan. Why does it have to be negotiated? Shouldn't that be one of the tenets of this current Congress? Isn't that one of those things that the Republicans were more than likely voted for? Anyways, a budget that stops the increase of the debt ceiling and holds Senate accountable. Yep, if you guys don't, nobody else will. Ending emergency funding and all COVID mandates and funding. Based 72 hours to read a bill. Yeah, all of those are fucking great, to be completely honest. They're wonderful and fantastic. I like every single one of those. In a sign the members were nearing an agreement, more than half of the holdouts changed their vote to McCarthy Friday morning. Yeah, 14 of them flipped over. Still wasn't enough, and 6 of them were just like, we'll get fucked. But here we are, man. Leaving the pressure on 6 members who could derail McCarthy's speakership should they continue to refuse to vote for him. Those 6 members are the ones that we all know and love. Andy Biggs from Arizona, Matt Gaetz from Florida, Lauren Boebert from Colorado, Bob Good from Virginia, Matt Rosdale, Montana, and Representative-elect Eli Crane. The rest of them were like, ugh, okay, we got most of this shit that we wanted. Can we just go ahead and go home? Those members had mixed the votes in the 14th round and voted and the vote ultimately came down to Gates voting present, causing McCarthy to come in one vote shy of victory. Fucking hilarious, bro. Gates' vote was devastating for the conference overall, despite McCarthy making progress in that round. Well, all things considered, right? If anybody else would have flipped their vote, if anybody else would have voted present, and it didn't come down to old Big Head Gates, like, he wouldn't have ultimately ended up making that final decision. But let's just stop it. He just... alphabetical roll call when his name came up didn't really change all that much. In a stunning turn of events, after Gates cast his votes, Representative Mike Rogers from Alabama appeared to yell at Gates and lean toward him. Oh yeah, this is what was going on. I don't want any sound or anything like that. That's all I seen right there. Okay. Yeah, he was in the back there. Okay, yeah, leaned in. Okay, cool. Yeah, and then somebody's like, "You get the fuck back here. We don't need any, fists flying in Congress." Even though I'm kind of more than willing to see that come back again, because, it's about time these fuckers actually, get to work. Before the blockbuster evening, talks had been ongoing for 3 grueling days, blah, 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 all that shit as well. I've seen calls so far that McCarthy wants to stop the funding for the, tens of thousands of new IRS agents. That's going to be one of their first members that's out there. But let's see if he, pledges to his dual allegiance, because, oh, for fuck's sakes, man, why doesn't this grifter just go home already? Zelensky tells McCarthy, oh, he's gonna tell him? Cool, is that his Congress? Big test that'll be coming up. Ukraine is counting on your continued support and further U.S. assistance. It's like when you give to a charity once and you accidentally give them your real phone number, and then they just call you up at the end of every season. Oh, we're relying on your continued support in order to continue to fund such great programs. It's like an old fucking PBS telethon. Get fucked, you Christmas non-observing hack. But to all those fuckers that were out there that said, oh, Trump isn't who he used to be. He didn't move a single person after saying that people should be voting for Kevin McCarthy. Yo, motherfucker, take a look at this shit. When Trump actually decided to wade in on this stuff, shit fucking moved. Imagine that! Fucking dummies. Donald Trump played a crucial role in getting Speaker Kevin McCarthy across the finish line. Wow, imagine that. When Trump cares, things move in the Republican Party. Big fucking shock. Former President Donald Trump played a vital role behind the scenes in bringing about a compromise among House Republicans to elect Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House. Lawmakers and a source familiar with the matter told Breitbart. On the historic 15th battle of speakership Friday night, McCarthy finally won. Voting had raged on since Tuesday. Jesus. As blocks of 21 Republicans, primarily driven by the House Freedom Caucus, repeatedly voted against McCarthy, chief among them responsible for forgiving a compromise. For forging a compromise, sorry. There's no N in that for forgiving. Or rather, E. What did I say? No, whatever. According to several GOP members of Congress and a source familiar with the conversation, Jim Jordan, who will chair the Judiciary Committee, of the 118th Congress, was a crucial player in these negotiations, lauded Trump for his work, helping to bring about a deal. This doesn't get done without the support and leadership of President Trump, he told Breitbart News. Oh, yeah, but I thought Trump was like a non-starter. Oh, okay, cool. Byron Donalds also acknowledged the 45th president role in negotiating while speaking with reporters Friday, noting he had played a good part in this. Yes, exactly, because even like I said at the beginning, when Trump sent out his message, it was just a fucking truth on Truth Social, or whatever the fuck he wants to call his version of tweets over there. It was basically, okay, you guys won. Now just spike the football, do your dance, and then just get on with business. Okay, this is just all basically for show. And then when he realized that, oh fuck, everybody wants something, then you have to play this weird game called politics. It's almost like you have to put out a platform in order to run on anything, to give people progress markers to measure against how well you're going to be running your Congress. In the instance in which, for the 119th Congress, you guys have a reason to hold those positions and extrapolate on them further. Kind of like what Trump's doing with his own campaign for 2024, which he's been releasing some steady stream of platform talking points, and they're all fucking good, to be completely honest. And he picked up probably the biggest one, and the reason that most of the crushing victories over the previous couple of years, they were all fought and they were all won on these societal talking points, on the culture war issues that everybody wants to turn their nose up at, like they think they're so much better than these issues at. Yeah, no, these are easy, fucking easy W's, and if nobody wants to pick them up and run with them, well, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. But not Trump, not this campaign this time around. Good sign of things to come, I suppose. Schools that push CRT and gender insanity will lose federal funding. Fucking based. Schools that embrace critical race theory and gender insanity, no, it's just taught in universities. Fuck off. Will lose federal funding, President Trump's updated campaign website states, vowing to protect paternal rights at the federal level. Yeah, just we're going to go ahead and we're going to extrapolate that law that they have down there in Florida that they just signed in. It's a great law. It's a beautiful law. It's a wonderful law. We're going to federalize it. We're going to make everybody adhere to it. It'll be wonderful. We don't need to be talking about little balls and little dicks in schools. That's not something that we need to do. Protecting parents' rights appears as a featured agenda item of the Trump 2024 campaign, according to a revamped website. President Donald J. Trump fought tirelessly to restore patriotic education to our schools. Yeah, no, that's true. And to expand charter schools and school choice for America's children. Okay, that's also fucking based. The website states, noting that Trump secured permanent funding for historically black colleges and universities. You can't win them all. And protected free speech on college campuses. Now, Joe Biden and the radical left are using the public school system to push their perverse sexual, racial, and political material on your youth. Yeah, no, it all checks out so far. President Trump believes that every parent in America must be empowered to opt out of this indoctrination and send their kid to private, public, charter, religious, or home schools of their choice. Exactly. This is a winning talking point, and this is the strategy that a winning campaign has employed in the past and will continue to do in the future until this is a non-issue going forward. No teacher should ever be allowed to teach transgender to our children. That's not exactly grammatically correct, but neither is saying that there's a multitude of genders and that they or them is a singular pronoun. Fuck off. Without parental consent, schools that push critical race theory, radical civics, and gender insanity will lose federal funding. His campaign website continues. We will rescue our public schools from the Marxist teachers' unions. Another good thing. You're going to go union busting? Fucking based. And liberate our children from the corrupt education bureaucracy. And this is not the first time Trump has highlighted the importance of championing parental rights in the 2024 campaign. During his 2024 campaign announcement in November, Trump said that Biden is committed to indoctrinating our children and emphasized the importance of stopping gender insanity. Exactly. Something that I agree with. I don't know what the fuck this book is gay. Well, that book's not going to get read, and especially not by me or any of my theoretical children into the future. But if this is going to be a campaign talking point for Trump, and he's already putting that out there in ahead of 2024, if he was also in the negotiation rooms in order to get McCarthy elected, you knew that he had something to say about platform that the preemptive Congress is going to use to lay the groundwork for 2024. Because they need to start doing something. You can't just hit the ground running in 2024 and not have momentum. We see what happened before, okay? When Trump was elected in 2016, he had Paul Ryan as the speaker, and he just sat there and was like, Orange Man's really bad. And Trump had to stifle first 2 years in office, and then, had to fight, Nancy Pelosi's crazy ass in the second half. So if this current House can begin doing anything and see some sort of positive results out there, it'll be a W, even if it's chaired by stupid ass Kevin McCarthy. You can't win them all, right? But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.